everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back. So today for you, I'm going to talk about a few books that have to do about going to college or around the college experience. So just recently, a few weeks ago, my husband and I drove our son to college. He is settling in and he's loving it and having a great time. It was obviously, as one can imagine, a very emotional day, but it's bittersweet, but we're excited for him to have this new experience. And on the drive back, I distracted myself from my feelings with thinking about books. And I thought, well, that would be a good video idea. Let me talk about some books that I've read and books on my shelves that surround going to college. So the first one I have read and I really enjoyed. I think I gave it four stars. That's Only If You're Lucky by Stacy Willingham. In this one, you have two main characters, but the side characters are very prevalent as well in this book. But we have Margot. Margot is at her first year of college. She is very kind of shy, reserved. They're more of a studious type college student. She's not really into the frat parties and all of that. And then she catches the attention of someone named Lucy. Now, Lucy is a very magnetic, in-your-face college student. Everyone is, quote-unquote, attracted to her, both females and males alike. She's the life of the party. And this really helps Margot out because Margot was really kind of in a bad spot. And at high school, one of her best friends, died. And she just was kind of in a bad place. So as their friendship blossoms, you see Margot coming out of her shell. Their sophomore year, I believe. Yeah, it was their sophomore year. They move in together with a couple other girls, three other main girls, into a house that's off the college campus. And it's right next to a fraternity. And one of the frat boys is found dead. So you're following that. You're going to get a lot of themes about like belonging to a group, feeling like you belong at a place and with certain people. You get murder mystery, you get very messed up, twisted female friendships, and it was a good time. So pick that one up if that sounds interesting to you. Okay, the next one I have not read. It's Good Girls Lie by J.T. Ellison. I have read her books before and enjoyed it. Which one did I read by her? Let's see if I can find out for you guys. Tear Me Apart was really good. I think that's the only one I've read, but I own a couple by her. That's what it is. I have All the Pretty Girls on my Kindle. Lie to Me, I also physically own. So I own a couple by J.T. Ellison. This one, we are following a prestigious prep school. It takes place in Virginia, and it's a boarding school that it's popular with the like rich and famous people that have lots of money. This boarding school, lots of traditions, an honor code, and it's kind of a place where they're trying to teach girls to kind of shape them for Ivy League colleges. It says, but a stranger has come to good is the name of the school, and this ivy has turned poisonous. In a world where appearances are everything, as long as students pretend to follow the rules, no one questions their cruelties or their secret societies or the dubious behavior of these privileged young women who expect to get away with murder. We have a popular student who is found dead, and the truth cannot be ignored. There's secrets, there's rumors. Was she murdered? Did she die by suicide? What's going on? So I've heard good things about this one as well. But if you're in the mood for a prep school, boarding school, this is your jam. Next one. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is something that you hear a lot about. I feel like I might be the last person in the world to have read this book sometimes. But this one also has a sequel, and it's Hellbent. These covers do such a great job at intriguing me and just disturbing me. Whoever did this cover art, bravo. Job well done. But This one gives me all the fall vibes. A lot of these do, just with that college feel, the college background, the college setting. But this one looks spooky. I feel like it's going to be a little dark and twisted. You're following Alex. Alex is approached, I think, in the hospital after this horrific event. She was like the sole survivor in this multiple homicide. It's been unsolved. And she is living in California. She dropped out of school. She had some dead-end boyfriends, some drug dealer boyfriends, some dead-end jobs. She was raised by her hippie mother. And as she's in her hospital bed after this event, someone approaches her and offers her a full ride scholarship to Yale University. Why her? What's going on? No one gets a full ride to Yale. That's insane. So, it's a prestigious university. What's the catch? I don't understand. So, Series September is coming up, and I may very well be picking this up in September. I got to give it some thought and kind of plan out my reading. I haven't done that yet, but this might be something that gets picked up real soon. The next one I want to talk about is Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I read a copy of this from the library, so I don't own it. I would love it on my shelves one day. This one is a fictional story, but a retelling of basically the Ted Bundy murders. And I love books about serial killers. So you're following two different women from two sides of the United States. We're following someone who was in the frat house in Florida, and then you're following someone that knew someone that was basically murdered by Ted Bundy on the West Coast, Northwest. So this job, the author did such a good job, I feel like, researching the actual murders and the actual events. You got more than one point of view, which I really liked. You really heard the voice of the victim, and in this one, you heard the female voice, and the writing was great. I actually picked up another Jessica Knoll book just recently based upon my experience with that book. It was so good. It was so powerful. It was, of course, we know the story of Ted Bundy, but I was never bored. It just was a great twist. It was brilliant, and I really enjoyed that one. So definitely look into that one if you have any interest in Ted Bundy. So I really liked that. It was very well done. Let's see. There was one more. Okay, the last one I have for you today is Never Saw Me Coming by Vera Kurian. Another book I don't own, but I read and loved. I think I gave this one 5 stars. This one was so unique. If you like the show Dexter, or if you enjoyed that show, you would enjoy this book. In Dexter, I was rooting for a serial killer psychopath, and I had that those same feels, that same experience. In You Never Saw Me Coming, takes place a DC college campus. Chloe, who's our main protagonist, she is a psychopath. And she's also your girl next door, your honors freshman college student. She's beautiful, she's popular, but she's a psychopath. And she loves everything about college, yoga, frat parties, all those things. But she's secretly plotting to kill Will, who's another college student there, who is someone from her past in her childhood that wronged her. And so she's there with the plan to murder him. At this DC college, you have a renowned psychologist who's running a special program, and Chloe is one of 7 students that are identified as psychopaths. They don't have empathy, they don't feel feelings such as guilt and fear, remorse, none of that. So the study, they wear these smartwatches, and the smartwatches track their moods, their whereabouts, their movements, everything. And it was such a unique premise that I was hooked. I could not put this book down. It was nice because it was something that I'd never read before. It was dark and twisted and disturbing, and I found myself rooting for a serial killer just like I did when I watched Dexter. One of the students at the college is found dead, and so now Chloe goes from the one that's trying to plan this murder to possibly in danger of being murdered. So you have a cat and mouse type style game, and this is one that, again, it's very unique. It was very good. It was disturbing. It was dark. If you're looking for something a little different this season, coming up in the fall, You can't go wrong with this. I still have not read anything like it. Um, who is she going to trust? I don't know. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know who's trying to kill her, who's the killer. Is it one of the psychopaths? Like, can you trust a psychopath? It was all over the place, and it was in a good way. It was so good. Edge of your seat, page turning, hold your breath kind of thing. So there you have it. There's 5 books. I hope... Have you read any of these? If you haven't, I hope you pick one up. I hope I inspired you to look into some of these. Thanks again for taking time to watch my video. I will see you in the next one. Happy reading. Bye.